So hi, my name is Tarun Khiwal, and I hope everybody can see me. I don't know how many people are there. Okay, all right. So okay, they can listen to me also. All right. So hi. I won't take, I won't give you like about my life and about like how I started and all that. I'm sure that everybody knows that. I've said this many times. I did my engineering. I was working as an interior designer in a company. Um, and then one fine day, my technical director told me that if you carry on like this, it'll be difficult. You're good at your work, but and then he gave me a book, The Magic of Thinking Big, and then I read the book. I gave him the book in 3 days and my resignation, and I came back, told my dad that I wanted to do photography. Anyway, it started from there. Long story. After that, I met Prabhudo, Hardev Singh, and Atul Kasbikar. I've worked with all three of them for almost like in totality 5 years. With Prabhudo, it carried on for a very long time. Even after I started working as a photographer. So in this whole process, I realized that I was my initial work. I felt that was very influenced by Prabhudo, and so I thought that I'll have to find some way of finding my own uh, language, which I keep insisting on on every workshop. Everybody who meets me, I just give them only this advice that if you want to be a photographer, to find your way in that which will become your language. So bring in your own personal experiences, make your own life very rich with experiences. Whoever you sit with, whoever you eat with, whoever you travel with, be with them. Be with them 100%. Listen to their stories. Eventually, it'll help you. When you cross like many years in photography, when you'll be done with your technique part, your trend parts, and all this, like how much equipment I have, what all lenses I have. If I'll get this job, I'll become big. Or if I'll get that job, I'll become big. When you'll pass from all these things, one fine day you're gonna realize that you'll have to talk in your own language. Only then it'll start making any difference. Now, but my work is divided into many parts. Like I do portrait photography, advertising, fashion, uh, editorials. Uh, so, so it's divided in such a way that there are and over the period of time I've done work which I can call something my personal also, which started filtering down to my editorial work first, and later on slowly into my advertising work. So that's the transition. Like you keep doing something which you believe in, and then people start liking that work, and then uh, you get to shoot editorials, and then you can bring in your language, and then you shoot advertising where you can bring your language. But advertising is not always. It's not always like uh, you will talk always in your language. Advertising is something where there are ideas driven by marketing, driven by research, and you're executing that. So once in a while, and I'm coming to that portion of my, like that part of my life where people have started calling me for my kind of work. They believe in my work, and then they give me work according to what I believe in. Uh, that means that there are campaigns where they will choose you, and they will choose you only because they feel that 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 this particular photographer will talk in his language, and he will bring some kind of uniqueness into the campaign. Otherwise, the campaigns when you see advertising campaigns, they are divided into very well researched and driven by marketing and driven by research, and then so it goes simultaneously. Both kind of works. Your personal work filtering into your advertising, and your main advertising work. So I'll run you through some work which I've done as so first I'll talk about how where you live, how it affects you. One second, let me just get a little more familiar with the entire screen. Can you guys see? Can somebody tell me that yes, they can see? Can you guys see? Okay, this is gonna be a little difficult. Uh, One sec. All right. So, okay. So I'll have to switch from. I have to figure out how to see it on some other thing also. One sec. Give me a second. I'll have to be on. You can see, listen, everything. Okay, so I'll go full screen. Can you see that full screen? Okay, all right. So I'll just run this through. Once this thing is over, then we'll talk. Okay, bye. Sorry guys, there is some little. I don't have access to. I can't see whether you guys can see or not. So anyway, so um, this is something. So I'm saying how to bring in personal language. How do you, when you see things around you, how do you bring that into your personal work, into your advertising work, or into your editorial work? Now this is something I shot in Pushkar while I was just roaming around. Probably shot on a phone. I saw this. I was quite kind of mesmerized about, like, how they did the makeup and all that. And again, you see these characters sometimes when you travel to smaller cities like Varanasi, or Orcha or Pushkar. You see these things. Now how does it affect your work? You see, it gets into your, it sinks into you, it sinks into your being. And then there was this mobile company, Gioni, and they came to me and they said that if I can shoot something with the phone for them. So what we did was, like, I just picked up the inspiration from here, uh, and this is what we did, as fashion and beauty. So if you see, the idea came from there, and then you fine tune it into your kind of thought process, bring in your many years of experience, and then make it contemporary. Make it more fashionable. So if you see, that's the image for inspiration. Let me just put on the fan and let's- So, and then we pick up the clues from there, and then then make the whole thing. So then you just need one idea, and then you can just bring in your own sensibility, bring in your own ideas. You just need these two pictures. They just gave me a takeoff point, like these small. If you see these small spots here, like the bindis and all that all over the face, and then this whole thing which is running here, and the yellow face, so that's so then we picked up the bindis, and then yellow face, and then here in this one also, like all the bindis and all that. Then you take off from there, and then it's up to you what you imagine and what you do with that. That's me, when I was young, when I was in school, and that's one of my photos, when you go to school, and your parents one day take you for some pictures, and so when you see what is happening, I was quite surprised to see, like, how he was shooting. This was my first portrait experience by a professional photographer, and that memory stayed with me. And there was a program I did with the British Council of India, where they were photographers and designers and artists from England, and there was a team from India. So I was one of the photographers, and we were all sitting together, spending time together for almost a week, and then we were supposed to come up with some kind of exhibition. So interaction with the artist for like a week, and then after that, what we came out with is I was shooting for a designer who had all the dresses hand painted. So I'll show you what we did. These are all hand painted, dresses, which was made by a British designer. So the idea came from there. That memory stayed with me, and then we created the whole thing again, and the whole feature was shot like that. This was an exhibition actually, which and it carried on for. This was for some other designer. We did that again, but this is for the British Council where this British designer Russell Sage was there. So all I'm saying is that you can pick up if you start observing what is happening around you. If you just keep an eye open and bring some kind of stillness into you, that when you're going through experiences, you let them sink into your soul, and that is what will eventually start showing up in your work. So my first point would be that you need to bring some kind of stillness, so that your observation becomes stronger. That means how you see is more important than what you click. Uh, there is an art of seeing also. There is an art of experiencing thing also. So you will see that you must have noticed many times that if you are uh, if you are going through an experience, like you're sitting somewhere and you're going through some experience, and sometimes you feel that it really becomes very overwhelming to you. Like there are incidents where your tears will come down, or you will get a shiver in your body, or you will start laughing. You'll feel happy. You'll feel blissful, or there are, you know just because what you're watching or what the experience is overwhelms you. So my suggestion would be that when that thing is happening, just drop everything and just pay some attention to that. Get deeper into that. Get deeper into that experience. Let it flow through you, because it is not passing in front of you. It's passing through you. And when something like that is passing through you, that becomes the most beautiful spiritual experience, which if you start putting a little attention to, it will become very, very rich. So my whole idea of this whole concept of seeing is that let the things, let the experience sink into your soul, and at some point of time, it will show up in your work. If you're really very sincere about each and every experience you're having, it will show up in your work, and that will become your language. It will not be about the equipment or the camera or the lens or the location or the model or film star or whatever. It'll be about you and your experience, and that is what will make your personal work beautiful, and you will have your own language. So I'll just run it through again. These are small experiences in your life, which you notice, and not every time you have to pick up a camera and shoot. Let them sink into your soul. It will show up in your work. This was one this I had, so I was able to just to explain this. I had these photos, so I was able to put it together to show you. Again, childhood memories, and then you just see that.